When adults say that they remember the good old days, or when things were much easier and they didn't have a care in the world, when I was younger, I didn't really understand what they were talking about. But now that I'm older, I think I know now. Back when I was in high school, I was never about the whole let's go party and drink and smoke and everything. I was actually more about being a part of this little film group with a whole bunch of my friends. We were all the stereotypical geeky guys that would play video games and watch anime. We were goofy. But hey, at least we weren't doing anything illegal like most of the high schoolers I can mention from back then. This all started in my senior year of high school, which I graduated in 2012. It feels like an eternity to me, but I know it was only 5 years ago. It's crazy. But after 2012, it continued for a good 2 or 3 years after. You see, those were my good old days where we would go on these sort of adventures, traveling to different places and recording anything we can. It was more so of a vlog in a sense. I remember here and there, I would do a little voiceover for some of the videos like, I know you are the trainees of Mr. Yelub Garb. Where is he? And then we would break out into an epic Star Wars battle. Yeah, I was that geeky. But back then, I was just graduating high school and I didn't know anything about what the real world came with. Things were different, the group scattered, and all of us ultimately ended up having to grow our own path with our own way on how to do it. We just got older and couldn't do these things anymore. And what's funny about that is that I don't even talk to these guys on a regular basis anymore. Reality hit us hard in the face, telling us that it is time to work hard first and play later. So that's always been my motto, to continue school and get that bachelor's degree. 5 years later, that I'm looking back at this and I wish everything can go back to the way it was. But maybe this was for the best. I loved every second of these videos and it made me think that I would want to make these videos on my own. So why not go to school for it and do it as a hobby? People always say, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life.